Okay. An ounce of prevention. I learned that a responder scientist was developing an inoculation to protect against scorched mutations. The work was being carried out in a laboratory at AVR Medical. Study Dr. Hudson's research. So we made our way down here. Luckily, we had to go to Charleston to get one of those vanishing holotapes. Hearing gunshots, though. It's always good. Scorched over there. We're just going to go inside. We'll explore AVR Medical for the lore aspects when we come back here for a refugee quest called Code Blue. Because it actually has new lore that was added with that quest. That can only be gotten during that quest being active. No! Doesn't appear to be anything special on those corpses, so we'll go ahead and claim that. Oh, this guy was just working. I need to get some health back, so let's eat these candy bites. Just drink this water. Let's just clear the area so I don't get attacked while I'm doing what I'm doing. That doctor was just trying to drink a Nuka-Cola. Oh, nice little storeroom. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's what it was. Something was just smacking against my screen. Because some of these skeletons are new skeletons. And I don't know which ones are which. Let's go ahead and scrap some of these weapons. Okay. I'll take that. The rest of that is irrelevant to me. Oh, he was already dead. That was a complete waste. What I do need to do, though, is equip some, let's just eat the food. We got so much food on us. See these bags? And then there's some terminals that were added with expeditions. And any of these that you see in these lab coats, these are the newly added bodies. Okay, we found the gist of where we need to go. We need to go down. There's just a couple more scorched still in the area. So let's just take care of them real quick. See, this is one of the new terminals. It's called an AVR Medical terminal. You must be doing the quest code blue to access it. Since I am not, I'll go ahead and save it. Let's drop down. You can also come down the stairs. I'm just going to drop down. That was a waste of a shot. Is there anything worthwhile in there? Not really. So I'm not going to bother hacking. No. You go around the fusion generators. Into here. Kill the nurse. Let's go ahead and scrap all these weapons we just picked up. Okay. That was a mod. I didn't need that. I can't really zoom in on it, but these appear to be responders. All right. AVR Medical Laboratory Terminal. Inoculation Project Overview. That's all we needed to complete. Purpose: produce a vaccine against the mutagenic effect known as the Scorched Plague. Method: extract blood sample from 3 candidate creatures observed to be more resistant to Scorched mutagenic effect. Use blood sample analysis to create synthetic antibodies. So it says 3. You used to have to get it from feral ghouls, which are still there, candidate creature, feral ghoul, mole rats, and what was the other creature? Wolves. They apparently have the... Well, feral ghouls can't be scorched at all, but the other two had apparently a low scorch rate. Project stalled until replacement Type T fuse can be acquired. Request filed with Responders Quartermaster to obtain replacement. Project Journal. Inoculation Project Journal, Dr. Claire Hudson. We'll start with the bottom because we're going to go in order. July 6th. Okay, here we go. One brave doctor taking on the mysteries of the Scorched. How heroic. Truth is, I'm alone. I'm more than a little terrified, and I'm skeptical this whole crazy idea will even work. I think the fundamentals are sound enough, but once I start analyzing the Scorched DNA, who knows what I'll find, or whether I'll even understand it. But I have to try. If I don't, all the people I care about are as good as dead. And if the Scorch starts to spread, I don't even want to think about it. At least I can be grateful we found this lab. It has everything I need, provided I can get all of the equipment working. Hey, I got this terminal reprogrammed, and that's a pretty good start. Speaking of which, I'd better start writing that analysis program. No time to. Damn. You wouldn't write this in a terminal. Damn. There's that scratching noise again. I thought we cleared this place out, but I swear there's something moving around in the upper levels. Guess I better work fast. August 1st. Oh, give me a quick drink. Making good progress overall, at least with the preparation. Got the analysis program finished, and then, after no small amount of yelling, cursing, and kicking things, I finally got the terminal and the symptomatic talking to each other. Well, that's a mischaracterization. It would be more correct to say that I got the terminal to scream orders at the symptomatic, and I got the symptomatic to obey them. Now I get to pore over hundreds of first-hand accounts, personal observations, and any other information we've gathered relating to how the scorched plague has been affecting the local wildlife. If I'm lucky, a tenth of it might be useful. So now we come to it, the crux of my theory. If I can identify the creatures that seem least affected by the scorched plague, then maybe, just maybe, I can figure out why. Then with luck, synthetic antibodies might not be far behind. August 12th. Short entry today. Why? Because I really only did one thing. And it wasn't research. No. My day was spent hiding from a pack of scorched that invaded the hospital this morning. Most of them stayed up on the ground floor, but a few wandered down here. It's a good thing I heard them, because I barely had time to hole up in the closet when they started searching around in the lab. It occurs to me that we know almost nothing about the scorched. What motivates them? Do they eat? Why are they hostile towards everything that isn't one of them? Eventually, the scorched moved on, and by eventually, I mean 9 hours later. I never want to set foot in a storage closet again. September 2nd. Thank God for automation. I'm one woman doing the work of a small research team. If not for the computers and machinery here, this project wouldn't have a chance. Speaking of the project, the creature that shows the most resilience to the scorched plague, the creatures that show the most resilience to the scorched plague are the feral ghouls. If I can get a blood sample from one, it'll be a simple matter to load them into the centrifuge and run the analysis program with the resulting data. Synthesizing antibodies should be a pretty straightforward process. Add the synthetic antibodies to the suspension fluid, and presto, instant scorched vaccine. Then it's just a matter of waiting on the phone call about my Nobel Prize for medicine. That's the good news. Bad news is this old symptomatic machine. I powered it on, and the damn thing blew a fuse right away. Jeff thinks there might be some Type T fuses at the old train yard nearby. Hopefully, he can send someone to check soon. To hear Maria tell it, those boys in the fire breathers unit are itching to take the fight to the scorched, and they're counting on my inoculation to protect them. October 20th. Damn it all, so close, and yet I'm stuck. Jeff's been out on foraging missions pretty much around the clock, and I can't get in touch with him to request help with the blood sample or the replacement fuse. The fire breathers are almost ready for the big operation, and I've got nothing to give them. If they take on the scorch without being inoculated first, I fear what might happen. I have to confront the possibility that I might never get the chance to finish this work. But maybe someone else can. These journal entries should serve as a guide. I'm thinking I can also rig up the symptomatic to play a message to anyone that's able to administer the inoculation once it's done. That way, if the worst happens, I can at least leave some kind of signpost to help others benefit from what I've learned, to help them survive if maybe I don't. November 7th. We're too late. I've failed. Was on the radio with Maria just now. She's never seen so many scorch beasts. She says the sky above the airport's dark with them. They're not attacking, not yet. Waiting on their scorched foot soldiers to arrive, maybe. Clever bastards. And of course, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel on ammo and stims, so this couldn't come at a worse time. So what the hell do I do now? Down here, alone. I might eventually be able to finish this vaccine. I can't help the fire breathers anymore, but maybe someday the vaccine will save lives, assuming anyone's left. If I can make it back to the airport, I could save lives today, or maybe tomorrow, or whenever the battle comes. And it will come. Shit, I can't stay here. It might be suicide trying to make the trip on my own, but I can't turn my back on everyone I care about, not when they need me the most. Not when I'm the one who failed to play her part in our plan to stop the Scorched before it came to this. If anyone finds this, then get that blood sample, load it into the centrifuge, and run the DNA analysis program. The rest is pretty automatic. Good luck to both of us. Analyze blood sample. Error. Required blood sample is not loaded in the centrifuge. Please place sample in centrifuge and try again. So I don't know everyone that's in this picture, but one of them's Dr. Claire, one of them's Maria, one of them's Jeff. I don't know who the fourth person is. She said that this blew a fuse. Yep, cannot access it. I learned about the Responders Inoculation Project at AVR Medical. To create the inoculation, I need to collect blood samples from a feral ghoul. I'll also need to find a Type T fuse to repair the symptomatic. Collect a blood sample from a feral ghoul. Collect a Type T fuse. And optional, enter Charleston Train Yard's main gate. So, now you need to get the fuse here at Charleston Train Yard, and there are ghouls right next to you. Before, you had to travel all the way up to here at Greg's Mine Supply to get the fuse, which makes the email make more sense because she was saying how Jeff was scrounging forever trying to find this fuse, and he couldn't. It makes zero sense that the fuse is next door, and he could not find the fuse. But we're gonna go get the fuse. There's also another thing that ends up, well, let's try for a pie. Nope. Another thing is that if you come in here, the kitchen, there were feral ghouls in here the whole time. Actually, there weren't. I think this was also added for players who couldn't find a feral ghoul. Yeah, there weren't feral ghouls here the whole time. So they added this feral ghoul here in case you couldn't find the ones over here because another player killed them and you didn't want to travel all the way to like Alpine River or the bridge. So there you go. Free feral ghoul. I saw it when I was clearing the area. That's why I was sitting there thinking, has he always been there? No, he was added. But let's go ahead and head over to the Charleston Train Yard. We get an optional thing if we enter here. It didn't give it to me. Well, seems to be a bit bugged. Let's try walking through it one more time. If it doesn't give it to me, it's fine. I don't think you get any experience or anything. Nope. There will be liberators here. With a lore reason for that. We will get into when I do a location video on it. It's actually one of my more enjoyable locations. I actually like... Why are there explosions happening? I actually quite like this tiny little dungeon. It's simple. It has lore. I'm assuming that's a player outside blowing things up. Because he sees that I am a seemingly low-level character on a quest. Oh, dang it. I just looted it. Oh, hey, there will be a magazine here. We'll leave it. Oh, they fixed it. So, I was hoping it would still be there because it would make it even more hilarious that Jeff couldn't find one. So originally, when they moved it here from Jeff's, or from Greg's mining supply, this was just packed with Type T fuses. There were just so many of them that made it like, really, Jeff? You couldn't find a Type T fuse? But okay. And now we just gotta head back. Nothing has changed on that. We'll just go ahead and head on in. Drop down the hole. So she said she hid in a storage closet. There is no storage closet? So I don't know where she hid. Unless she hid inside, like, one of these. Which I would say isn't a closet. Okay, let's put in the fuse. I don't think anything changes. No. Let's put in the blood sample. Let's analyze. Analyze blood sample. Initiating startup cycle. Motor activated. Please do not open the device. Cycling. Separation achieved. Commencing analysis. Analyzing. Analysis complete. Data forwarded to symptomatic unit. Symptomatic configuration complete. Ready for inoculation. Able to continue the project and create the vaccine. Now I need to use a symptomatic machine to administer it to myself. Got it. And that completes an ounce of prevention. I really wish you could turn off all of these notifications that happen that are so annoying. Like the level up, because it covers up the subtitles, or at least like move things around, because it just throws it all in the middle of your screen, and so you'll miss stuff. And I really don't like that, and wish it was something that they could allow us to change. That's it. everything else here is done. We're going to move on to the next quest, which will be Into the Fire.